Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your magic moon message. This is the peace dealer. The moon is in Aquarius on Pluto. The sun is in Pisces. We're going to have a new moon in another couple of days, and I'm going to get a haircut. This is the last season where I'm going to have this hair because once we get into 0 degrees Aries, Babyface Michael returns. Oh God, my bad. I just woke up. I didn't really shower, take my crust of my eyes. Babyface, clean face Mike returns. Yes, crusty, bearded Mike will make his departure. I have served you all well. And my baby face counterpart will return. I'm gonna have no more mustache. I'm gonna have no more beard. I'm gonna look 15 again. Okay? I'm warning you. I'm gonna have one more haircut with the beard. It's a tradition. Every 0 degrees Aries, I cut it off. I didn't do it last year. I visited someone who wanted to see my beard. Shout out to you. All right. Other than that, yeah, y'all, just letting you know, this is the end of an era. And I don't mean the beard. I mean collectively. So, yes, that new moon we're gonna have is a maelstrom of just collective beliefs and vibrations. And one thing that I find fascinating is a lot of people are feeling sick, weird. If you're watching this and you've just been feeling really weird, you're not alone. This is a collective influence, and effectively, there is like a rabbit hole, a trash can, a portal that's taking like collective narratives, beliefs, vibrations over the past 2 centuries, and it's getting ready to just pour it down there so that by next year we start a brand new cycle. And I think what many of you are feeling is a death. It's like a form of not just your old self, but connected to an entire collective, traditions, beliefs, facets that we'll probably never see again, but you don't physically see this. It's something you are feeling, all right? Not just conceptually. You're feeling the death and end of facets of your own psyche that will never really exist anymore, because this entire process that we've been doing your entire life, which kind of draws on the DNA that now logs in this data from previous generations, is getting ready to step into a new world outside of Noah's Ark. The Noah's Ark ride we began March of 2023 when God told you to start building the ark, and people were saying you're crazy because this ark was a system of beliefs that you were revealed you want to maintain integrity to, that in the moment may have been as crazy as building an ark in preparation for rain to a people who've never seen rain before, versus now being on the ark and seeing people just drown and die. So, we're finally ready to go into this new world. And there's that feeling of having to leave behind everything you've ever known and everything you have ever believed as we step into a whole new world order that's going to have sex robots, AI take over a lot of jobs, more unhingedness in humanity as we prepare to adjust to this new cycle. And, a bunch of phenomena we never thought that we would ever see exponentially, rapidly happening in quick succession. Just terrifying stuff that I think will also be exhilarating to us and confuse how we're supposed to feel, with which we're not really going to know what to feel until July, when Jupiter goes into Cancer and we bring in this new wave. So this new moon is getting ready to activate brand new beliefs, go through the eclipse, unlock over the next 10 years, because nodal cycles are 10 to 20 years. In 10 years from now, the North Node will be in Virgo. And then in 20 years, the North Node will be back in Pisces. So everything is set in place. And, this is going to require faith. This is going to be testing your beliefs. We've just activated new knowledge in Aquarius, and now this knowledge we have activated and understood, you have to have faith in what you know during the darkness of this balsamic phase, where you might be hit with an unseen collective, aka universal frequency and vibration that challenges everything you know and believe right now. If anything, to test that during this period, if everything you were revealed, you just release or let go because you're scared, versus carrying that with you to get through this period. Okay? And it's okay to be scared. It's okay to feel like anxiety. It's okay. You don't have to, feel like, oh, you just have to feel positive. Honor your feelings. This is your subconscious letting you know how fucked you are. I mean, this is your subconscious letting you know the glorious period that we're all stepping into together, that's totally not going to involve World War III and civil war and all sorts of conflict and unrest that happens out of nowhere, because we're going to obviously come together and somehow form world peace, even though the past few decades we failed miserably at doing that, and any kind of peace we made has only led way to even more conflict. I know I sound sarcastic, but we kind of really have no choice. It's really kind of peace here or nuclear holocaust. I'm just joking. That's an illusion of choice. But yes, there's a lot of variables with this perceptual nature of Pisces. Once we step into Sagittarius and Pisces, the linear seeming practical approach that Gemini and Virgo will have us look at a timeline, Sagittarius and Pisces now extrapolates, if I don't know if that's the word, into multiple timelines. We're now looking at the different possibilities. If one belief opens up one possibility, you believing something else opens up another possibility. And this is going to really converge and compress. I don't know if compress is the word. Every single possibility for the direction that you will maintain an integrity to follow. Remember, based on this track and field analogy, you've already ran track. Now you're believing, after you have ran the track meet and you've placed, who you can be. Before this time last year, you were believing you could be a track star. Now through 2024, you've won a track meet. Now you're believing you can take on more than just regionals. Okay, so the moon in Aquarius going over Pluto is revisiting this 20-year cycle every 28 days. So every 28 days for 20 years, since January 1st, 2024, January 21st, but really since like late 2023, the moon goes over Pluto in Aquarius. Every time the moon goes over Pluto in Aquarius, we are coming into another 28-day firmware update or software update of supernatural energy and mechanics. You're coming into a deeper, more intense, advanced cosmic supernatural understanding, knowledgeable understanding of metaphysical and unseen phenomena. Next month, when we go into the 28, we're going to come into this supernatural understanding as it applies to your awareness of self during Aries season, then with Taurus of your value. And we're going to be doing this every 28 days for 20 years. Mini firmware updates to adjust this deepening. And if you look at Pluto as like a jackhammer or as like an awakener, it's going to induce more of this weird, aka supernatural feeling. It's more pressure. It's more intensity. It should feel like you're getting jumped the shit out of vibrationally, because you're strong. You're a threat. You're not a victim. And this is to test, like, everyone's going through this collective, but other people are breaking down from the pressure because they're weak. They're SLBs. They never really did that shadow work. And they found ways with external reality to run away from the internal work that was painful and needed to be done. And then you did the work. That's the only difference between people who are going to thrive and just fail miserably. They went outside last year and it's good riddance this year. Whereas some people made the choice to actually do the painful work and to call their own selves out, and then other people just decided to project that on others and not necessarily do that. So they're the ones that are going to be torn and eradicated from the inside because they didn't really harness or work on what needed to be worked on. And this intense energy is going to have it go out of control, whereas you have created systems. You've created systems of belief that really integrate these parts. And so it's going to awaken this and strengthen you. Everyone's going to get strengthened. It's just madness is going to take over people who didn't do the work, and they'll be unhinged. And then, this madness is going to empower others, and it's going to really activate more elements of your supernatural abilities. Now, the new moon in Pisces is one of the most magical new moons ever, because this is a brand new frontier in between worlds where a lot of scientific discovery in a postmodern materialist reductionist universe, which is hilarious that we're in a materialist reductionist universe, not really, but like philosophy, is going to be unveiled, debunked through your own experience, in that over the next 30 years, we're going to uncover more literature, science, and discovery that confirms metaphysical understanding that really now brings understanding to, you know what I'm saying? Don't mind my ashy lips, of the supernatural, of magic, of psychic abilities. A lot of what we looked mysteriously at psychic abilities as if it's something magical was never mysticism. It was scientifically explained this whole time. We just never really had the research institutions to fully really kind of like explore this, unlike we do now, because of a new generation of children who are directly tapped into these insights and the wisdom of the older generations to help them understand how to make sense of what they're seeing. So, this is definitely going to unlock and awaken a supernatural understanding of your own psyche and ability that is going to fundamentally transcend and make obsolete everything you have ever believed about yourself today and tomorrow. This is what you need to release, because there's going to be cognitive dissonance that produces an element of a mild psychosis as you really begin to experience that certain beliefs or understandings you may have rested on were never true, and now reveal more of a divine nature through you. That doesn't necessarily, get rid of the world's problems, but upgrades your hardware and software, upgrade your understanding of how to now innovate facets of how it is you've expressed yourself. And then that's going to step into the new moon where, okay, now my beliefs are changed because I snapped my fingers and a storm just stopped. And I didn't think that causality like this was possible. I thought it was a post ad hoc fallacy. And you're going to learn what is fallacy and delusion, because we still have bias. We still are, it's very easy for us to delude ourselves, but how not all of that is delusion, and how to really find that voice of truth within. The trine to Jupiter and Gemini is going to take these advanced concepts, connect to Jupiter, expand your vocabulary so you understand how to communicate this. And as it will square Uranus, you're going to feel the completion of the 28-day cycle of software update for Uranus and Taurus. That's going to end in July, and we'll start having this software update in Gemini. Taking this innovation of our body and start to innovate our brains, where we're going to have technology where we can move stuff with our minds over the rest of the decade. Okay. So with that being said, this is going to be a weird day. It's going to be strange. Okay. This is going to prepare to uninhibit aspects of your critical mind so that you can prepare to lose your mind over the eclipse so that you can gain it again through the Mercury retrograde in Aries. And you are going to feel weird. You're going to feel strange. You're being prepared to end an aspect of your world and you forever. And before your physical self knows this, your soul is weeping and mourning. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't laugh at that. But you're a lot more psychic than you may be aware, and you're picking up on stuff that you're not physically aware of yet. So just release it. This is the faith. Know that no matter how ugly and terrifying this next round of the Hunger Games gets. Oh, by the way, welcome to the next round of the Hunger Games. They're trying to kill us all. Yeah, it's cool. They're making it so much more intense. Anyway, no matter how intense this next round is, you're a badass. You didn't die. You're not dead. You're still alive. You made it through the first round. They really tried to kill us this first round and act like, oh no, it just came from a lab. Like, no, it's not, no. So like, you're here you're a badass. Some of you didn't fall for that psyop. You're here. And take what you've learned and move forward courageously. We go make it. We go make it. You stay blessed as always. Peace.